What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. Today's video we're going to go over two different airdrop guides. I know it's been a bit since I've made a airdrop guide, but we're going to go ahead and cover the two airdrops in today's video. So the very first one we're going to cover is Scroll Zk EVM. These guys, they are kind of like a stealth mainnet launch. They are live, but it's not official. The reason why I'm making this video is it could potentially be a good time to buy some of these different alts if you are that type of person to, well, get in quote unquote early before everyone else. And some of these market caps are actually extremely low. Like the highest one is $109,000, and that's for PunkSwap. Me personally, I'm not touching that. I'm not messing with it. In fact, if you go on to the PunkSwap website, they don't even have a chain list for Scroll. Now, some people could be buying directly from the smart contract, but that's just something to keep in mind on this. So just a quick summary on what Scroll is. It's just another Zk EVM that's out there to help scale Ethereum. Gas fees are actually pretty low. They're a couple pennies, but you can check out the user experience when you jump on there. You can see here if you use the main bridge on Scroll, you are not actually going to be able to go from Ethereum to Scroll. The reason for that is it's not officially live, but by the time you watch this video, or if you watch this video maybe a couple days later, it will be official. You guys can go to this bridge. I'll put the link in the description below so you guys can check that out. So the bridge that we will be using is actually Alto. So Alto, it's kind of like a fork of Orbiter, or at least that's what it looks like. So you can actually use this to bridge from a couple of different chains. You can use Ethereum, Starknet, Base, Linea, etc. And you can bridge directly over to Scroll. So the UI UX, it's pretty good. It's easy. The bridge is fast and it's cheap. It costs like 0.001 ETH. And the time to bridge is, I don't know, like 2 minutes. So as you can see here, if I was to transfer even from Ethereum mainnet, you can see the destination cost is only 0.001 ETH. So it's actually relatively inexpensive. So you just have the gas fees bridging out and then bridging on to the new chain. So you can use Alto. Other bridge you can actually use is Rhino. If you go here, it actually has a link. This is on skydrome. I'll drop this in the description below, but it's basically a VE33 DEX. You can use Rhino.fi. This is so you can bridge your stables over. Mainly because, well, they're like way out of whack. Like one USDC is worth $1.03. So there's actually some arbitrage to be had over here if you wanted to make a couple of quick bucks. So let me show you what I'm talking about. If I wanted to buy some ETH and spend 100 USDC, currently ETH is trading like $1,550. I can get some ETH for $1,492. Of course, the liquidity isn't there to take advantage of the ARB that much, but you can actually get some ETH on the cheap side and allow it to come back to an equilibrium as soon as the mainnet opens up. But you can check that out. So the first step, again, in summary, is to bridge from Alto. The second step is to try some of these dApps. You can use Scroll Swap if you want to. Me personally, I'm not providing any liquidity on it. The team is like, yeah, we don't know who they are. They aren't even on the main website, which is right here. These are the list of the different dApps that they have. So in general, I'm not touching this one. It looks a little bit sus. Maybe in a week, we'll see what happens if they rug or not. But you can see here their token actually has been pumping. And it's only a 71K cap. But in general, just be careful if you're looking to ape this or provide liquidity. I'm not saying it's legit and I'm not saying it's a rug. All I'm saying is it's sus and I'm not messing with it. I would prefer to just make a swap and move on to the next. And PunkSwap, I would say to do the same thing here, but it's not even on Scroll. Like you literally can't switch the chains. So the next ones we can go for is LeadSwap, Scroll Swap Finance, which looks like it did rug. And then you have skydrome. I'm not touching LeadSwap because of its history. And of course you got this. So that leads us to the last resort, which is skydrome. Of course, there will be more dApps when you're watching this video or in the future, but skydrome is vetted by the team. They do like them. They are actually listed on or as one of their dApps, as you can see here. As you guys can see here, skydrome is listed as one of their dApps, and they actually currently have a pre-mining incentive going on. So if you go under here, under the liquidity tab, we're going to have to refresh. There are actually a bunch of incentives going on, so it's pretty cool. They have the swap fee APR, which is 34%, 79%. This actually goes to the LP providers. And then you have the pre-mining APR. Keep in mind the liquidity is really low, so I wouldn't recommend throwing a bunch over here, but it could be a good opportunity to farm some Sky tokens. And the last thing to do is mint one of these mythic scrolls. I'll drop this in the description below, as well as for skydrome, as well as for DeFi Llama. You will have all the links in the description below for each of the chains. So the second one we're going to go into is OPBnB. But before we go there, here's my evidence of airdrop. The team has not released any information about the airdrop. I mean, acknowledgement is enough for me. Oh, and this was also the message just talking about skydrome. It's legit, part of the scroll ecosystem. They wouldn't be called a friendly fork. I've actually been in the Velodrome Discord and they're like, yeah, we don't know about them. But they are considered a fork and they are part of the scroll ecosystem. And then here is some more acknowledgement of a token. There's been no any info about the token. Why are you going to acknowledge a token if there's no token? Anyways, enough speculation. The next one we're going to go to is OPBnB. Now, this ecosystem is a little more diverse. It has a lot more dApps to play around with, and especially since they already have mainnet. But the gas fees, these things are dirt cheap. Like, we're talking 0.0000001 cents. Like, it's fractions of a BNB. Like, it's dirt cheap. Like, I will say they did something right on that end. So simply the first thing you're going to do is bridge. This is the bridge that I used. It's Zk Bridge mainnet alpha, and it's actually really easy. You just bridge over straight from BNB to OPBnB, and it takes like a minute, and then you can bridge back, and then you can do it in Lightning in 5 minutes. Or if you just want to be chill and do the classic 7 minutes, you can do that too. But the dApps we are going to try over here, or at least use, you want to go to OPBnB on PancakeSwap, make a couple swaps. You can provide liquidity. I trust the PancakeSwap team. I trust the PancakeSwap DEX. They got over $1 billion in TVL. So I don't think that they are just going to simply rug and run with that type of thing. The next DEX is going to be the biggest swapper on OPBnB. This is KubiSwap. KubiSwap seems to just kind of be like a PancakeSwap clone type of thing, but it's the native DEX here, whereas PancakeSwap is on multiple chains. So you can simply farm some Kubi tokens, and you can really just farm and dump. If you want to play in the ecosystem game, or if you just want to play and speculate, you can trade and hold the tokens and do that as well. But that's entirely up to you what you want to do. The next swapper is ZoSwap. Now, ZoSwap also has a low amount of TVL, but it seems that they are also doing a token airdrop for their token as well. They only have like 70K in TVL. I doubt it's going to be like a massive airdrop if they even have one. And again, just be careful messing around with something like this. Maybe make a swap, whatever. Be careful of it being a rug. I would trust PancakeSwap though. PancakeSwap, and I semi-trust KubiSwap. KubiSwap, it's okay. It's just a farm. But if I was going to put any meaningful amount of liquidity, I would stick it on PancakeSwap because it stood the test of time. The second one is actually binary swap. Like, when I say second, I mean it's second in line, TVL-wise. It got about $250,000 on their TVL, and simply it's just a swapper. It looks just like LeadSwap. But if you wanted to farm, you can simply farm on binary swap and earn some rewards. Again, it's degen. This isn't the type of market to degen, but still make a couple transactions, play around here and there. This is just one of those things you want to do just for an airdrop. And you also want to do these periodically. So like every other week, just make a couple transactions. It's cheap. Like swap a couple stable coins, maybe LP, I don't know, just mess around with it. It was well worth it for Arbitrum. It was well worth it for Optimism. And I'm sure it's going to be well worth it for a airdrop like this, especially when there's only $1 million in TVL messing around with it. And the same thing goes for Scroll. It's just less dilution. And the last thing is to mint a proof of FUD NFT. 4, right? Simply just minting one of these proof of FUD NFTs. And that's really it, guys. Those are the two chains. You have OPBNB and you also have Scroll. Scroll, they've already acknowledged the token, and OPBnB, I doubt they would let it get behind and just say, yeah, we're not going to do it. They're probably going to rumor and at least do some sort of airdrop, because that's just kind of what these chains are doing. Now, there is a chance that they don't airdrop. Again, guys, this is just speculation, but it'll cost you a couple dollars making these different transactions, playing on these different chains. So just mess around with them, make a couple swaps, provide liquidity, mint some NFTs, and if you're done over there, whatever, just bridge back to the chain that you came from. And also, of course, be careful of rug pulls and be careful just speculating on these different tokens. The whole goal is simply to airdrop farm, so you can do this with a couple of different wallets and make sure you make a couple of transactions every other week or so. You can set like a reminder, hey, make the swap, mint this NFT, etc. Anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and tell me what you guys think of the video and what you guys are doing in the market. If you guys want to join the exclusive Discord, you guys can do that in the description below. In about a week, the prices will be going up in order to access Discord. So if you want to be grandfathered in at the discounted prices, you can do so in the description below. Let's go ahead and hit you guys with a wisdom one-liner. We're in Proverbs chapter 13, verses 5. The righteous hate what is false, but the wicked make themselves a stench and bring shame on themselves. Be good, be righteous, be truthful. Oh, and if you guys want to check out the previous airdrop guides, you can simply go under the previous video history and check out a couple of them there. You have Base Chain, you have Linea, you have Zk Sync. There are a bunch of them. So if you guys are interested in looking at airdrops, you guys can check that out in the previous videos.